Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Lara Trump, well, she had something massive to say on Fox News, and I think you got to hear it. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you are not watching us on YouTube, check that link in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica. Now you put that in your web browser and hit enter. When you get there, you hit subscribe absolutely free. And if you do that for us, it helps us to keep bringing conservative news to the people every day absolutely free during this crucial election season. And we're so appreciative for it. Lara Trump was on Fox News, and she watched, like we all watched. Well, I watched the CNN interview with Kamala Harris. And before you get mad at me, guys, it's my job to watch that stuff, so you don't have to watch it. So don't get mad at me. Thank me. And I don't even get hazard pay for it, right? So I watched the interview. Lara watched the interview. A lot of people watched the interview because we had to comment on it. And Lara Trump brought up a really great point. You know, for this strong, powerful woman, she's going to take on the world. I am woman, hear me roar, pound her chest. She's going to be the woman to take on the man, and she can take on the world. But she couldn't take on Dana Bash on CNN without her emotional support animal, as Lara Trump called him, Mr. Tim Walz, the governor of the great state of Minnesota. And Walz, yeah, he acted like an emotional support animal, sat there like a mute for most of it, and then, you know, when he was allowed to speak, he spoke. It was the whole woman in the front, man in the back, keep your mouth shut kind of thing. That's the campaign you're going to run? You know, men are still a big part of the electorate. And women, the women I know, conservative women, they tend to like masculine men, not men that act like women. So, yeah, not a great look for them. Lara Trump, she let him have it, and it was fantastic. She really just crushed him in this interview, and I want you to watch it and then let me know what you think in the comments.
Let's bring in Republican National Committee co-chair and Trump campaign surrogate, Lara Trump. Good morning to you, Laura.
Good morning.
Okay, Dana Bash asked a lot of the questions we've been talking about for the last week. What's your headline from last night's show?
I mean, honestly, Steve, it feels like Kamala Harris is running for junior class president versus president of the United States. You got no specifics whatsoever. And there was not a moment that I watched that interview and I, as an American citizen, felt confident that this is a person who understands the job of president of the United States, has a true plan of action to do anything for America, could negotiate with the world leaders on behalf of me as a citizen and this country. And I think it's kind of what we've come to expect from Kamala Harris. Look, she had to have her emotional support animal of Tim Walz with her for this interview. And she had such an opportunity. The first question Dana Bash asked her was, what would you do day one? And she had an opportunity to really go in depth on policy, say, here's how I will be as president. She said, essentially, I want to help the middle class. No specifics, no real way that she would achieve that. I'll tell you what day one she did as vice president alongside Joe Biden. They shut down the Keystone XL pipeline. That, of course, took away our energy independence, weakened our standing on the world stage, drove up gas prices, drove up inflation, and hurt who? The middle and the working classes in this country. A lot of platitudes, a lot of word salads. And then if you wanted a real example as to how phony Kamala Harris really is, I actually think it's the moment where she told the story about Joe Biden calling her. You know, it was a Sunday. I was cooking bacon and the phone rang.
Put together a puzzle.
Well, yeah, as though Ed McMahon had just surprised her by showing up with a giant check. If anyone believes she did not know that there was an orchestrated plan underway to get Joe Biden out of office and plug her in as their candidate, I've got a bridge and a couple of gold watches to sell you, Steve.